We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with Donnie Rush and Lucky. Now, Greg, going back to what you said before, I just want to point out that J.D. Kerry's hairstyle has nothing to do with his abilities. We know he has proven himself against Tejano Kid, and last week you didn't even get to see it, ladies and gentlemen, at home because we ran out of time. We had to cut it off the air, but just where y'all left off from last week, J.D. Kerry came out and annihilated Tejano Kid during his interview.
He Pearl Harbored him, Wallace. It was a sneak attack.
Like Tejano Kid hasn't Pearl Harbored him enough in the past?
Tejano Kid is a noble warrior. He would never Pearl Harbor anybody,
Tejano
Wallace.
Kid is a coward. You know it, Greg.
Wallace, you better watch it, son. Don't you remember the siesta you got last week? Speaking of siesta, my word, Lucky just face-planted Donnie Rush, and somehow he's able to kick out after 2. What a move by Lucky.
Right you are, Greg. There's one thing about Lucky. Now, I know he hasn't had a lot of wins in his belt, but that's usually just because the odds are against him. Lucky is definitely a great professional wrestler, Greg.
Oh, I would never sell Lucky short. I'd never sell him short.
That's ridiculous, Greg.
He's short.
That's ridiculous. Donnie Rush being counted down. If he gets one more, this could be it, Greg.
This match is over.
Oh, and he comes back to life. Trying to get to his feet. Donnie Rush trying to get back up. Can he get Lucky off of him? Gives him the elbow. And another. Finally, looks like he broke loose off the ropes. But Lucky stops him in his tracks.
That's it. 2 count. Referee Brian Wilson, formerly of the Beach Boys, able to get a 2 count on him before Donnie Rush kicks out.
Greg, I can't tell you how excited I am about this main event tonight. J.D. Kerry finally getting another shot at this belt. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you don't remember, J.D. Kerry was the original TV champion. And then Big Money came out just within an hour after J.D. Kerry won the belt and made him defend it against Tejano Kid in a match. And naturally, J.D. Kerry was wore out from the match before. I mean, he just won it an hour earlier, and Tejano Kid cheated his way into the belt. Now J.D. Kerry gets a chance to win that belt back tonight.
So what you're saying is that if J.D. Kerry were not tired, he would have won that match? Is that what you're saying?
I believe he probably would have.
Well, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, Wallace. You can sit over there and make whatever excuse you want to for your little fan favorite, J.D. Kerry. The fact of the matter is the Tejano Kid is the television champion, and he's the greatest one of all time. Look at Donnie Rush going up to the top rope. He's got Lucky laid out. Oh, no, body home. Lucky rolls out of the way, and Donnie Rush comes face first with the mat.
Both these men are laid out. Referee Brian Wilson giving the count. If he gets to 10, this could be it, Greg.
Lucky getting to his feet first, or at least to his knees. It's hard to tell with Lucky sometimes. And Donnie Rush holding his ribs, a big right hand, and these guys are swapping licks in the middle of the squared circle.
Donnie Rush trying to get the upper hand, but Lucky stops him, gets him in that. Oh, and he taps out from that submission move.
Like some form of a crippler crossface right there. And your winner of the match via submission, Lucky.
Donnie Rush losing his second match here in the RWA. He's only had 2 so far, but don't count him out yet, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's got a long way to go here in RWA.
Right now it looks like he's definitely favoring that right elbow. Lucky submitted him by twerking that thing, and look at this. These guys are shaking hands in the middle of the ring, and this is what I just do not like to see. There's no place for sportsmanship in professional wrestling, Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry you're seeing this. We got to go to a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Pokerface. I'm a professional wrestler, and I personally train here at the Dog Pound Dojo. Here at the dojo, we have some of the finest instructors in the world that specialize in MMA, submission wrestling, professional wrestling, and amateur wrestling. And not only will you be versed in the various styles of combat, you also have a dietitian and a personal trainer at your disposal. It doesn't matter what level of training you're on, whether you're a beginner or a top-notch athlete, we have something here for everyone, whether you're a man, woman, or child. Think you got what it takes? Come on and give us a try.
Anybody up there, if you think you got the huevos enough to come and try to take this away from me, I'll tell you what, come and try to get it. Tejano kid, you are a coward. You hit people from behind. You can't fight nose to nose, eye to eye. It's either 3-on-1 or you hit them from behind. Just get ready for next week.
I'm gonna beat you like a dog that you are!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event. There he is, the mop-haired weasel, J.D. Kerry, coming out for his butt kicking from the great one, the Tejano Kid.
Now, Greg, better hold on now. You'll be eating crow after a while. I've told you, Kerry is bringing a lot to the plate here tonight. He wants that belt back, and he's going to stop at nothing to get it.
Why does J.D. Kerry keep on rubbing around his midsection? What's up with that? He keeps on rubbing around his mix. What's he trying to say, Wallace?
He's saying he wants that belt, Greg. He wants that belt. There he is. He's coming for it, and nothing's going to get in his way.
I thought he might have had some kind of rash or something. J.D. Kerry, he was the first television champion here in the RWA, but he is not the best. The best is the great one, the Mexican assassin, the Tejano Kid.
Referee Brian Wilson checking, make sure Kerry doesn't have any weapons. You gotta know Kerry's gonna play this one straight, but he definitely needs to check his opponent, the Tejano Kid, because he's been known to bring a few illegal objects to the ring before.
I don't appreciate you saying that, Wallace. There he is, folks, the Mexican assassin. Yes, the great one, the Tejano Kid, with his lovely woman, Dominique. That's what it's all about right there, Wallace, the TV championship.
Greg, let me ask you a question. How many matches has Tejano Kid won since he won the belt?
What are you driving at, Wallace?
I'm asking you a question. How many matches has he won since he got the belt?
Technically,
He got 0. He has won 0 matches since he got that belt, Greg.
Well,
0. That's why J.D. Kerry deserves to be our RWA TV champion.
You may be right about that, Wallace. He hasn't exactly won any matches, but he's held on to the title, and that's what counts.
By cheating.
Now, that lady right there, she needs to be escorted from the building for disrespecting the television champ. Did you see that, Wallace?
I saw it.
She was making derogatory comments toward the great one, and she needs to be escorted out of here. Look at the Tejano Kid. You got to admit, his mullet is looking especially good. And look at those guys. That's some smart fans. If you didn't think they existed, they do. Smart wrestling fans here in the RWA. They are fans of the Tejano Kid, and they should be.
Well, that's Tejano's 2 fans. The rest of the RWA crowd is smart enough to support J.D. Kerry.
The eyes of Mexico are upon you tonight, Tejano. Come on, let's make them proud. Mexicans, they love Selena, and they love the Tejano Kid. Not necessarily in that order either, Wallace.
Tejano Kid not wanting to give up his belt, knowing this could be the last time he holds that TV title championship, Greg.
The Tejano Kid, it's all on the line tonight. He is going up against the warrior from Jonesboro, so-called J.D. Kerry.
And you know, this really could change the tide for Money Inc. here tonight, Greg, because right now they have control of all the gold in the RWA.
Yes.
If this happens tonight and J.D. Kerry does beat Tejano Kid, that means Money Inc. is losing a lot of their power.
Don't even mention that. Perish that thought, Wallace. Perish that thought. There's no way that punk can beat the great one.
The odds are against Tejano Kid, Greg. J.D. Kerry has proven himself more than Tejano Kid that he can be a champion. The odds are against him. And right now, the 2 men are locked up. Neither one can get control. They're just fighting.